you can do. You have to tell yourself that you can do it. For those of us in the sciences, please and please, not just the sciences. I'm sure you can't go into any higher institution without passing your maths. So you have to brace up. You must learn to know maths. Whether you're going to be a business person, you must learn to add 1 plus 1. So, in other words, you are going to be faced with a lot of challenges, but I'm standing here to encourage you that you can make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Brother Grace Ganson Wang. You know here we're just girls, right? Yes. But when you go to the university or when you go for holiday, you meet boys, right? Yes. And the boys are many. And some of the professions look like they're working for them, right? Yes. But Grace Ganson Wang is telling you that you can do it. She's a builder, she's a mother, she's a wife. She does her government job, and when she has private jobs, she does them on the side. So you can do all things. You must just determine that I can do it. If it's human beings that are doing it, I can do it. Right? Thank you very much, Mrs. Grace Ganson. We're going to have Aisha Sani. Class.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I stand on the existing protocol. Good afternoon, my fellow colleagues that will become floggers someday. Nice to meet you all. I am sure that you want to become a flogger member someday. Am I right? Yes. Some people are not answering behind, so I'm not sure what they want to be. That's perfect. So if you want to be a flogger, from all they have said, it means that it's not just about making up your mind to become a lawyer, a doctor, a builder, a lecturer, a farmer, a business person. You have to read hard. You have to have a long-term goal and a short-term goal. What am I talking about? Your short-term goal is having to pass your test in class. Your short-term goal is having to prepare for the future. It means every day you're given an assignment, you have to practice it. Don't copy from me. Learn on your own. Because if I'm not there tomorrow, you can do it by yourself. You understand? So it also means that from there, when you now get to the level of getting to the university, you know that you can do it on your own to become what you want to become. Do you understand? So it just means that aside from telling us to prepare for the future, it means we have to also tighten our belts. Am I right? Are we together? Yes. How many of us read during prep class? Read during prep class. Okay, that's very good of you. Please keep it up. If you are telling me a truth, keep it up. How many of us gist during prep class? How many of us sleep during prep class? Those are not part of your goals, are they? No. Why are we in FGGC Lantern? After reading? To pass, right? After passing, you move to a higher level. They say forward ever. Backward never. How many of us want to keep repeating and not getting to a higher level? So you have to work hard. And working hard means practicing every day. Whatever you are taught, if you know you are slow in learning, read harder. If you are fast, encourage those that are slow. If I don't understand my assignment, ask somebody you know that can help you. Be a friend to somebody that you know can help your future. Don't be friends with people that will make you come late for any activity. Do you understand? If you get punished twice a day or more than that, ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Does it make me disciplined? Tomorrow we are going to be mothers, are we? Yes. If we are going to be mothers, we are going to be talking to our children. Is that not so? Let's also listen to our parents and listen to our teachers. With that, we can become better people in the future. Now, another thing I'm going to be talking about is decision making. Let me ask you a question. For instance, now, when they ring the bell for assembly in the morning, and me and somebody were running and then we get late, and the person told me that, please, Aisha, wait for me. Let me quickly finish what I'm doing so we can go together. When they punish me and they punish her, whose fault is it? Hello, if you have the answer, please raise up your hand so you can give me an answer. Yes, please.
It is your fault.
Because I waited for her. Thank you very much. She said it's my fault because I waited for her. It means I took a decision, right? Yes. Good. So to cut it short, if I'm going to go around, I'm sure we'll have different opinions. Is that not so? Yes. But what I want us to understand is that she said the right thing. Why? Because if I decided that, no, Aisha, please meet me, catch me along so I don't get late and get punished, it means I took the right decision. Is that not so? If I decide to wait for her and you punish us together, it means I took the wrong decision. So it is all my fault. Now, your decision depends on you as an individual. You have to decide whatever you want to do. When you wake up from your sleep in the morning and leave your bed, it's the decision you have taken. So if you want to become what you want to become in the future, it is a decision, but then you have to work hard. Do you understand? And then in working hard, you have to understand that for you to meet the long-term goal, short-term goal, and decision making, you have to use the word smart. That means you have to be specific in whatever you want to do. Today, I want to study just maybe longitude and latitude, or what I was taught yesterday. Am I right? So whatever you were taught, go through it again so you can prepare it for the future. Do you understand? It must be measurable. After you have studied it, check. Find questions. Ask yourself questions. If you can answer them, it means you are doing well. Do you understand? Yes. It must be achievable. That means you should tell yourself you can try hard. If somebody tells you you can't do this thing, you are very dull, please don't listen to the person. Tell yourself you can do it. Why? Because everything is in your hands. It's not in the person's hands that is telling you negative things. Do you understand? It must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Do you understand? You have 6 years to finish FGC Lantern. If you add an additional year, it means it is your fault. If you add another year, it means it is your fault. So remember, people are moving forward and you are going backwards. And remember, your parents are working very hard to pay your school fees. And your teachers are trying very hard to make you a better person. But you also have to work harder. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aisha Sani. But I noticed that some of the students just stood up and sat down. You didn't even clap. So all of us are going to stand up and clap very well for her. I also want to reiterate, I hope that you're listening to what we're saying, and I hope that you're choosing to decide to change your life, because it all begins with your thinking. If you came with some Christmas hangover, it's time for us to drop it here and decide to be serious with business. I can see that you don't even have Samia trees anymore. During my own time, when they finish talking, we go to the bush and get Samia. Inside bottle, put water and put sugar and be drinking it up and down. But God help us that one day we sat down, we're not moving forward, but it's better to move forward. And we decided to move forward. We changed our mind, we changed our attitudes, we changed our composure, and then decided to move forward, and God helped us. So if you are sitting, I saw some people that are just sitting down, they say, how many people just students in the class or how many people sleep during prep, they are putting up their hands. You're not helping yourselves. And you're wasting your parents' money. It would be better if you allow your parents to use it to eat pepper soup or to buy Holland. But if you're here, you should do justice to the reasons why we're here. May God help us today as we're listening. Our next speaker, we're almost coming to an end of this section already. Our next speaker is Nkiru Pedro Yala.
Hello everybody. How are you doing? Are you happy? Yes. I'm very happy to be here today. It's been a dream to come back to where I started from. I finished in 1995 and there was a day, it wasn't often, we didn't have old students coming to talk to us, but there was one day they told us that they were going to have career talk. And then we saw one fine young man coming into the hall. Just as you people were shouting when those young boys were coming in. You know, the guy was tall, he was wearing a nice shirt, he had a tie, nice shoes. So everybody was like, who is this man? Of course there were other women there, you know, they say, when they say career talk, don't sleep with boys, so don't talk to boys, so read your book. But we wanted to hear what this young man had to say. It turns out he was a doctor in the hospital. I think the hospital is still here. And he came to tell us about being a doctor, what it takes. It was just like this. We were in this very hall. And by the time he finished talking, I can say my life changed that day. Not because he was fine. Of course he was fine. If he had asked me my name, I would have told him. But he didn't ask my name. In fact, maybe he didn't even see me. Maybe I was at the back somewhere, just like you guys are here. I know there are many things running through everybody's mind. What are these people saying? Or maybe you're happy, maybe when you finish talking, you guys can go. But I believe that our trip here was not in vain. I came all the way from Lagos. My journey has been long. You know? And what I'm talking about today is seed of dreams. When I started in JS1, I didn't even know what school was about. I was 10 years old. They had brought me from Lagos to Langtan. I didn't know where Langtan was. I've never heard of this place before. And I was crying every day. You can ask Senior Mary. She was my senior. I used to cry every day. I would go to the gate. My mommy. I can't remember my mommy's face again. I used to cry. And all I was thinking about was going home. I didn't read any books. What was it about books? And by the time it was time to go home after the first term exams, I looked at my report sheet. If we were 50 in class, I came 49. 49 position, first term. If we were 60 in class, I came 58. I was at the bottom of the class. I didn't care. By JS2, I was no more crying. But you see this road here, from that class, the kitchen was down there. If there's any tree that is to be climbed, I will climb it. If there's anything I just didn't understand what I was doing. It was in that term JS2 that fine doctor came to school. And the thing he told us was that, because when you see doctors, engineers, you have to be very smart, you have to be coming first. But that doctor said, all you needed to do was to be an average student. You can be a doctor. And we were surprised. I had 3 friends. Myself, another girl called Chigozie, another one called Butani. After that day, that seed was sown in our hearts. Those 2 friends are doctors right now, medical doctors, they are on their way to becoming consultants. And that was the day I decided, I'm in Langtan for something. This is not a joke. I can actually make something of my life. Even though my father was an engineer, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to be. After that man finished talking to us that day, a light suddenly came on in my heart. I can actually make something of my life. And that's when I decided I wanted to be an engineer. And I didn't want to be an ordinary engineer. My dream then was to be an aeronautic engineer. Who knows what an aeronautic engineer is? People who deal with airplanes, right? Don't worry, I didn't become an aeronautic engineer. But I became an engineer. That seed that was sown changed my life completely. It changed my attitude to my books. It changed my attitude